Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to the series of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. In this video, we will talk about Module 2.3, Bitcoin scripting and contracts. In this video, we will discuss what scripting is, how it relates to Bitcoin, and how it can be used to create contracts on the Bitcoin network. Whether you are a beginner or an expert, this video will provide you with an in-depth understanding of Bitcoin scripting and contracts. And guess what? Who do we have to guide us in this particular module? The Hulk himself. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's start with understanding what is Bitcoin scripting. Bitcoin scripting is a simple programming language used by Bitcoin transactions. It allows users to create custom conditions that must be met for a transaction to be valid. For example, a user can create a condition where a certain amount of Bitcoin must be sent to a specific address before a transaction can be confirmed. All Bitcoin transactions are made up of inputs and outputs. Inputs are the Bitcoins that is being spent, while outputs are the Bitcoin that is being received. Bitcoin scripting is used to create conditions for these inputs and outputs. When a transaction is broadcasted to the network, the Bitcoin nodes will verify that these conditions are met before confirming the transaction. Bitcoin contracts are created using scripting. These contracts are similar to traditional contracts where conditions must be met for the contract to be fulfilled. For example, a user can create a contract where Bitcoin is only released to the recipient once they have fulfilled certain conditions, such as delivering a product or service. Smart contracts are a type of Bitcoin contract that allows for more complex conditions to be created. These conditions can include multiple parties, specific timeframes, and other variables. Smart contracts are executed automatically once the conditions are met, removing the need for intermediaries. Bitcoin mining also uses scripting to create conditions for adding a new block to the blockchain. Miners compete to solve complex mathematical problems that require specific conditions to be met. Once a miner solves the problem, they are rewarded with the newly created Bitcoin and transaction fees. Bitcoin mining has been criticized for its impact on the environment due to the high energy consumption required to solve these complex mathematical problems. However, new solutions are being developed to reduce this impact, such as renewable energy sources and more efficient mining hardware. In conclusion, Bitcoin scripting and contracts are important aspects of the Bitcoin network. They allow users to create custom conditions for transactions, create contracts, and execute smart contracts. As the network continues to evolve, we can expect to see some more use cases for Bitcoin scripting and contracts. As we had an overview of Bitcoin scripting and contracts, now let's understand top 20 interview questions for Bitcoin scripting and contracts. So let's get started with question number 1. What is a smart contract and how does it relate to Bitcoin? A smart contract is a self-executing agreement that is programmed into the blockchain. While Bitcoin scripting language is limited, it still allows for some basic smart contract functionality. Question number 2. How does the Bitcoin scripting language differ from traditional programming language? The Bitcoin script language is a stack-based language that is designed to be simple and secure. It is limited in functionality compared to traditional programming languages such as Java or Python. What is a multi-signature transaction and how does it work? A multi-signature transaction requires multiple signatures to authorize a Bitcoin transaction. It is often used for escrow services or to increase the security of a transaction. The script for multi-signature transaction typically specifies the number of required signatures and the public keys of the authorized signers. Question number 4. What is a pay-to-script hash or P2SH transaction and how does it work? A P2SH transaction is a type of Bitcoin transaction that uses a script hash as the destination address instead of a public key. The actual script is then provided by the sender when the transaction is made. This allows for more complex scripts to be created or to be used without cluttering up the blockchain with large amounts of data. Question number 5. What is the difference between a hard fork and a soft fork in the context of Bitcoin scripting? A hard fork is a change to the Bitcoin protocol that is not backward compatible, meaning that nodes that do not update to the new protocol will be unable to validate new transactions. A soft fork, on the other hand, is a change that is backwards compatible and does not require all nodes to update. Question number 6. What are the advantages of using Bitcoin script for contracts? Bitcoin script allows for decentralized trustless contracts that are executed automatically by the blockchain. This eliminates the need for intermediaries and increase efficiency and security. Question number 7. How do Oracle contracts work in Bitcoin script? Oracle contracts use external data sources to trigger smart contract execution. For example, a sports betting contract could be triggered by the outcome of a game, which is verified by an external data source. Question number 8. What are some of the challenges associated with Bitcoin contract development? One major challenge is the limited functionality of the Bitcoin script language, which can make it difficult to create more complex contracts. Additionally, there is the risk of unintended consequences and bugs in the code, which can lead to loss of funds. Question number 9. What is the Lightning Network and how does it use Bitcoin script? The Lightning Network is a layer 2 scaling solution for Bitcoin that allows for instant, low cost transactions. It uses off-chain payment channels that are secured by Bitcoin script. Question number 10. What is the role of Bitcoin miners in contract execution? Bitcoin miners are responsible for executing Bitcoin contracts by including them in blocks and validating them. They are incentivized to do so by the block reward and transaction fees. Question number 11. What is the difference between a simple and a complex Bitcoin script? A simple Bitcoin script can be executed by the Bitcoin network without any additional information, while a complex script requires additional information from the sender or receiver in order to be executed. Question number 12. How do Bitcoin smart contracts differ from traditional legal contracts? Bitcoin smart contracts are self-executing and enforceable without the need for intermediaries, while traditional legal contracts require intermediaries such as lawyers or courts to enforce them. Question number 13. What are some limitations of Bitcoin scripting language? The Bitcoin scripting language is intentionally limited to prevent potential security vulnerabilities and to maintain the network's efficiency. As a result, complex smart contracts that require advanced functionality are not possible on the Bitcoin network. Question number 14. What is a multi-signature Bitcoin address? A multi-signature Bitcoin address requires more than one private key to authorize transactions. This can be useful for shared accounts or to enhance security by requiring multiple parties to sign off on a transaction. Question number 15. What is a Bitcoin hash time locked contract, HTLC? A Bitcoin HTLC is a type of smart contract that allows two parties to exchange assets without a trusted intermediary. It ensures that if one party fails to fulfill their end of the bargain, the other party can reclaim their assets. Question number 16. What is the purpose of a Bitcoin oracle? A Bitcoin oracle is a third-party service that provides external data to a smart contract. Oracles can be used to create more complex smart contracts that rely on real-world events or data. Question number 17. What is a Bitcoin payment channel? A Bitcoin payment channel is a type of off-chain transaction that allows two parties to make multiple transactions without broadcasting them to the entire network. This can improve transaction speed and reduce fees. Question number 18. How does a Bitcoin sidechain work? A Bitcoin sidechain is a separate blockchain that is baked to the Bitcoin blockchain, allowing assets to be transferred between the two. This can be useful for creating new features or experimenting with different types of smart contracts. Question number 19. What is a Bitcoin dust transaction? A Bitcoin dust transaction is a very small transaction that is below the network's minimum transaction threshold. These transactions can clog up the network and are often used by spammers or attackers to flood the network with small transactions. Question number 20. What is the Lightning Network and how does it improve Bitcoin transactions? The Lightning Network is a layer 2 scaling solution for Bitcoin that allows for instant and low cost transactions. It uses payment channels and smart contracts to enable off-chain transactions, reducing network congestion and fees. So that's it from Module 2.3, Bitcoin scripting and contracts. We should thank Hull for guiding us in this particular module. So see you guys in the next one. Thank you.